What's up, everybody? Alex Mendoza here, local real estate agent here in Northern Nevada, and today I'm here with my buddy
Jorge Montoya, Guild Mortgage.
And today we want to talk about a little bit of tips for current home buyers in our current super hot market. And we want to start by saying it's still very competitive. Inventory is still very low. People are still bidding like crazy.
Oh yeah.
And what are you seeing? I know you're on the lending side, but you're still seeing contracts come in when people get into contract. What are you kind of seeing? Are people paying asking price? Are people getting closing costs? Are they coming in lower on the price?
That's a great question. And here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that it takes sometimes people to lose 2 to 3 homes before they realize what kind of market they're in. And you mentioned something, offering the asking price, offering less, not the time to do that. Because right now it's so competitive that to even have an opportunity to win the house, if you're offering the asking price, the chances of winning are very low. Most people nowadays are having to offer above and beyond the asking price.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. They're saying this is like one of the hottest markets since 2005.
Yes.
Like I say, buyers are panicked and depressed right now because they just can't seem to get a home, right? Especially if they're offering less and offering asking, which is crazy, unbelievable.
Yeah,
but
nonetheless, even though you mentioned something, people are freaked out because it's difficult, but things that are worth it sometimes take some time.
Right.
Nonetheless, people are still buying. We were talking about the numbers earlier, and in Washoe County for the month of April, we had 570 units sold. So 570 families made the decision to sell or buy real estate.
Right.
So these sales are still happening. It is still possible.
Yeah, good point. And it's actually showing the median sold price in Reno, Nevada in April was $494,500. So we're almost reaching $500,000. That's the median house price in Reno Sparks currently, which is kind of crazy, unbelievable. I never thought we'd see the day.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. I didn't see this coming. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to buy a $500,000 house to buy a house. Okay, this is just the collective median out of everything. People are still finding homes under $500,000.
Absolutely. So one thing that I would tip that I would give personally on people that want to buy a house is come in with your strongest hand. Don't if there's a competition, you just got to show your strongest card. It's kind of like poker. I'm not a gambler, but you always got to show your strongest hand, and that's how you win. And that's kind of like the current market that we're in. The pictures and the love letters to the sellers, yeah, they work, but in this current market, as a seller, it's all about the numbers, right? If you're coming in 50 grand less and you got your love letter and your pictures, sure, it might work in some markets, but right now, if someone's offering 60 grand, 50 grand more, the one offering the most is probably the one that's going to take that home that day.
Yeah, that's just because of the demand, right?
Absolutely.
It's just what it takes right now to win. Now, if you're not comfortable doing that, don't do that. That's the beautiful thing, is homeownership is a choice, and you choose to do it or you choose not to.
In your opinion, George, would you say you should probably pump the brakes if you're getting beat up out there, you're getting bid out? What is your personal opinion?
That's a great question, and I get that question a lot. Is now the time to buy? Should I wait? Things are going to plummet, and who knows, right? There is no crystal ball as to when things are going to go down or up. It's just market driven. These things change. And most of the time they change it after. It happens and then we realize it later.
Right.
So do I think it's time to pump the brakes if you're a buyer? I think that may not be the wisest decision. It is an option, and if that's the option you feel comfortable with, cool, do that. But I don't foresee things easing up at the time being. So if I wait 3 months to 6 months, I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm going to pay more for the exact same house. And so I feel like if you're uncomfortable, pump the brakes. But if you do want home ownership, if this is for you, don't pump the brakes. Keep trying, keep going. The tip that I'll share that goes with this question is don't take your first purchase too seriously. And I think people are taking it way too serious at the moment.
Right.
Let me elaborate. You have to, in this market, you have to take the attitude of, this is not my dream home. You use the reference of poker. You have to take the attitude now of, this is just me buying a home to get into the game.
Exactly.
Right? I'm just putting my
100%.
chip on the table.
I like that.
And if I have a chip on the table, then I can play the game. And if I hold on to this chip, which is the house, long term, then I can win the game and then eventually maybe make an upgrade to the dream home. So don't take this purchase too seriously. I'm not asking you to be foolish. You know, do your due diligence inspections and stuff like that, which Alex will talk about. But just get in the game. Get into the game with something that you feel comfortable with, numbers wise.
Absolutely. I like that. I like that a lot. So, because real estate is a long-term game, we all kind of know that, right? So sure, you're buying high right now, but inflation, which is a whole nother topic, it's real. So if you hold on to this real estate, even if it comes down eventually, right now there is no end in sight. These things are going to keep going up till who knows when. But let's say you buy high, you hold it, sure it comes down, but you're still comfortable with the payments, you still make your payments, eventually you're still going to win the game of real estate, right?
Absolutely.
And that's the beauty of it.
And you know what? It goes hand in hand. So the truth is this, so home values go up, right? Do you think your rent is going to stay down? No, it's going to go up too. So it's like, it's a double-edged sword.
Absolutely.
So which end do you want to be on?
Absolutely. Get into the game.
Get into the game, that would be it.
If it makes sense for the individual's situation, right? But you mentioned also do your due diligence. Right now, a lot of people are actually waiving all their contingencies, inspections, appraisal, loan contingency, all that stuff. So as far as waiving contingencies, maybe a tip that you can take now is bring a family member or bring a friend. We all have a friend that's a contractor or a handyman, and these guys are very knowledgeable. So if you feel comfortable and you trust these guys, bring them with you to look at these houses, and they'll be able to tell you almost, if not even more, than an inspector can, because these guys are hands-on and they work on homes all the time. And then you feel comfortable waiving the inspection contingency, right? So when you do the inspections, you're not surprised with a lot of the things that come up.
Yep, absolutely. And then the last tip that I'll share is be prepared and stay ready. And what I mean by that is get your loan ready to go. By the time you go look at a house that you fell in love with, 25 other people were prepared and they stayed ready.
Right.
And by the time you react and go get approved, the house is gone.
Yeah.
So you want to get ready, stay ready. You want to get everything approved, know your numbers, know also going into this, what's the most you feel you can do.
Absolutely.
And as long as you're comfortable with doing that, then do that. The good news is your approval is good for 4 months. If 4 months comes and goes, but you still want to keep going, we just extend it. We give you another 4 months. So stay ready.
Stay ready. I like that. Yeah, get pre-approved. If you're looking at homes without being pre-approved first, you're kind of doing it backwards, truth be told. And sorry to be so straightforward, but that's the reality of it, especially in this market. Homes are lasting 1, 2, 3 days max, maybe a little bit more. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but homes are really selling like that.
Fast. Right.
And if you're not pre-qualified and you go and look at this home and you're in love with it and you're like, Alex, George, I want to buy this house. Let me give you all my stuff. By then, somebody already
took it.
Made all their offers. It already got into the bidding war, and someone already gave in their strongest hand. So, like you said, be prepared, stay ready, and come in with your strongest bid. That's really, unfortunately, the market that we're in right now. As a buyer, it is very, very, very competitive, but it's not impossible.
It is not impossible. Like we saw 570 families in the month of April. Congratulations to you. Homeownership has been achieved by you. So any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. You might be thinking to yourself, hey, you guys just want me to buy a house. Yeah, because it's worked for us. Homeownership has worked for us, and we've seen a lot of benefits out of it.
And to tie back into really quick what you said, stop having the attitude of buying your dream home with your first home. The ones that I bought, you should see them. They are a piece of junk, honestly, when I first get them. But I just want to get in the game, and like you said, it works, right? It works. But do your due diligence, work with somebody that you trust. Doesn't necessarily have to be George and I, but we genuinely just want to provide this kind of, hopefully, some value to you guys and understand this current crazy market that we're in. That's just the reality. But anything else you want to throw in there today?
I would say don't give up. If this is your goal, if homeownership is your goal, then don't give up. Fight. Think about this. When we help you with the home loan and approve you, and when an agent like Alex is showing you properties, there is zero compensation. We're working for you for free, and we're not giving up. So don't give up on us.
Very true. Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you guys for watching. Like you said, don't give up, never quit. If this is one of your goals, we'll find a way. It's just a matter of looking and trying and trial and error a lot of the times, unfortunately. But that's just the current market we're in. this can't go on forever, but don't wait. Sometimes if we wait too long, then
Opportunities missed.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys again. Alex Mendoza, local agent in Northern Nevada.
Jorge Montoya, Guild Mortgage. We'll talk soon.
Take care, guys.